hello, and welcome back to some more Warhammer Darktide as we revisit a certain class that we didn't get to really do because I switched it to a different class. I have recreated the other one. I didn't get to work on it too much last night, so we're still level 5. We are where we were when I deleted the character, so. But welcome, Jack. Welcome. One second, though. While I'm waiting to give everyone a chance to join, I'll be right back. Use this slate restroom real quick. It's not where I can do kids something. Get someone to help me real quick. And I will be right back, Jack. Be right back. Oh, welcome, Fonzie. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome. Sorry, my nose is itching a little bit. Oh. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. We're giving everyone a chance to join in. Let's see before we start back up. Plus, I gotta take a small bathroom break here in a second. It ain't gonna take a second, but just me going off camera slightly as usual. But I gotta wait till it's where I can reach it. Let's see. I attempted. Move my chat to this angle. I attempted risk 50. Got my soul. Got my soul 50 from my money. Yeah, that's probably sounds about right. I said after experiencing what just risk 5 was like in that game. Sure, I had an ice team which put me at a slight disadvantage on the last few enemies, especially the boss. But man, I can only imagine what 50 is like. Yeah, the 0 to that 5. probably a super terrifying, super, super, super scary challenge. I don't blame you. Which, speaking of that, tomorrow we should be able to continue that. We're going to do some story and some stuff like that. The factory will be fine for now. I didn't see too many things that needed Cooperium in the builds that we were going to make. It was either Zeronite components or it was Hetanite. So, thankfully, because it's been slow burning the last 3 days, we have more than enough. Probably could outfit 2 teams at this point, which is pretty good, just in case for some reason I just, instead of getting Vampire Boy, I get the Leak or something like that. Or Pog, because he'll need armor too. Although he's one person versus a whole squad. If we get Leak, that would be the situation why I would need extra Hetanite the most. Because if we get Leak, then we can do a lightning team. We actually have the proper setup to do a lightning team in that case. So, I feel like I got one shot at this. Ouch. Yeah, well, I mean, considering some of the modifiers, it probably reduces the defense and HP of the characters by a substantial amount. So it probably, like, probably almost anything one-shots you at that point. Alright, 1 second, chat. I'm gonna go off camera for a second. I'll be right back. I'm still here, by the way. I can still see chat. I just gotta take a little small bathroom break real quick, and then we're gonna start up. My Arcanite got turned into glue. Reduce my character's HP and increase, yeah, so you had to run both of those, and that's not a fun combo. And once again, just the low, and to get risk 50, I imagine you had to run the high level versions of all of those. Like, I only got to experience the low tier ones. The ones that only do it like how you see when you're looking at ones that can do multiple tiers. I only got to experience, like, a low version. I can only imagine when it's the maxed out versions. So, my league vanished into the void. Oh, that's sad. Ooh, that's rough. Especially since that's the bread and butter of a lightning team. When you lose her, I feel like you just might as well restart already at that point. Because she's like the highest DPS on the team. But one second. Unfortunately, my Gilberta survived because I quit. She floated away on her grandpa, you know, or floated more like as if she. So that kind of better than I anticipated. There we go. My microphone died right there. I was saying, welcome everyone. Welcome to the Ikit. The new version of it. Make sure I'm still working. There we go. It went out on me. I think my mic kind of flipped out on me because I was what's called. And I was saying with Gilberta because it might have been muted for that as well. She flew away on that gravity staff like an F-22 Raptor. It's like, I'm out of here. When it comes to the the challenge, you realize like, now we'll leave. But welcome. But yeah, welcome to Old Man Ickett is what I call him for the moment. Because I have to kind of make him look somewhat like an older man, just for me to get some of the hair and the coloring of the face and the grayish. Because it gets like a whitish gray fur rat. Because he's like technically he's a gray seer under that armor. But this was the closest I could get, and then with a little bit of green and blue. Then, of course, as you can see, the Skaven Rant symbol, or I say that, it's technically the show, is what the cartel is called, that has the rat symbol, is their icon. That's his origin, and many other things. But I'm actually quite happy with his build, and me remembering that they actually do get a rocket launcher, so he actually does have his rocket. It's not as big as the one he had in fantasy. It's not able to wipe out entire legions of armies, but but give or take. But let's load him in. We're gonna focus on him today. We'll go back to Liliana in the next episode. I'll probably alternate back and forth now that I have both of them, and just run them at the same time. Also, I am unmuted now, right? Y'all can hear me? It'd be funny if, once again, you didn't hear any of that. You see, you can hear me? Okay, yeah. Gilberta can fly at Mach speed. She can escape. So she can go as fast as an F-22 Raptor. I wasn't far off. I was not far off. Also, what worked out too, if you see on the back of this, look what that says. And what is one of the main things you hear the Skaven say all the time?
I require access to the
I'm telling you,
strategium.
I just feel like the show cartel is just like a play on what it would be like if the Skaven were in this game. Because I do think they'd be a lot like the subspecies that is the Conclave, aka, and maybe they would be a part of it. That's another thing I thought about. What if they made it where the Skaven were a part of the Conclave, and that's how they got their start? But who knows? Because each of the different cartels has a very different play to it, which feels very much like how the different Skaven clans kind of play. Okay. Alright. Let me see where we are. Oh, I gotta change my buttons. Oh, yeah. I gotta do the event either tonight or tomorrow, or I'm gonna run out of time to finish up the rest of it. Oh remember what mission I was on? I don't think I've fought the shield guy with Ticket yet. That's the hacking one. We did that one. I remember doing that one. So this is the one I'm on. Not knowing how GW treat the Beastmen in 40k, I'm gonna drop this nuke. Chaos has no named Beastmen characters, only the Imperium. Well, here's the thing. That's not really something that's not hard to fix. The only reason why that's never happened is, well, no one's ever tried it. So it's really more of just happenstance of the GW writers just have never done it. Now, that could be two things. It could be they choose not to, or it could be they've just never even thought about, man, maybe these things would sell some more models if we create them. Because the Beastmen do have models. They do have Chaos models, especially Zeech. I think Korn does too. They are the two predominant ones I see them for the most. Because, and even in Space Marine 2, we fought a heck of a lot of Beastmen in that one when we fought the Zeech levels. Especially later on in the game. They started coming at you in pretty high numbers. So it's like, how, there's only like one step beneath for both, technically for both of them if you think about it. There's only one step down from them just being able to make this a thing. I just don't think that, I think it's less about that, they can't or they just won't. I think it's just less about they just don't see it. They don't understand, because here's how you know that they would make money on this. I mean, I've seen, how many people I've seen with custom 40k Skaven armies that are for 40k, but they had to basically mangle them and do like kit bashing in order to create weaponized Skaven that are 40k based. Now, of course, they have to still use rules of certain other factions. I think a lot of them use it's either Guardsman, Orc, or one of the other Horde-based Tyranids sometimes, I think. One of the other Horde-based rulebooks in order to keep them fair and legit to be able to play with them on tabletop. But like you said, but like we just said, officially though, there are none. Beastmen have models, but they're not really. Once again, they're sub-faction units that are just tied into like Thousand Suns. Like the Thousand Suns have Beastmen models, but that's just to fill in your army. So it's like, so my brain kind of go, Beastmen are given the role of Space Marine bolter food. Yeah, I do agree with that too, and that's kind of how they're also officially, at least, treated on the board tabletop as well. They're kind of just there to give you numbers for a faction that doesn't normally have numbers. Because normally the Zeech Thousand Suns setup for a tabletop isn't. It's kind of like Space Marines. It's not going to be a lot of units because they're all so expensive. But that's kind of what the Beastman's role is for. But I think if they started pushing more of this and making them more cool, even if they didn't have commanders in the beginning, right? Just cooler models, and they served a little bit more of a purpose, as even if they're still somewhat fodder or horde-based number filling, if you made them a little bit cooler and more pronounced, I do think they'd end up seeing that there's a ton of people who want this. There wouldn't be so much kit bashing going on if there wasn't. Less for the Beastmen, more for the Skaven. I don't think I've seen too many kit bashing Beastmen players as of yet. But I've run into, like, when I used to go to the Warhammer shop all the time and watch the different games and fights, you know how many Skaven hybrid armies I ran into for the 40k side? Sometimes more than even fantasy. Because even in fantasy, sometimes the Skaven are ignored a little bit. But but it's like, so I think that they'd have enough and it's all about, once again, it's all about promoting and getting the character to be cool enough that people are interested. That's all how making any product sell is. And being good with the writing, as you said, like you said before. Like I said, I pass it off on just, they either don't care to see it, or they just are so enamored by all the other factions in 40k that they don't make an attempt. But look how long it took the dwarves to get a faction. Even though the dwarves had more of a predominant lore faction, at least to begin with, even for them who had a faction technically in the lore but not tabletop units, finally are getting love in that way. And look how much they're selling. I actually see quite a people get buying in on the Voton now. So it's like, if that'll sell, the rest will sell. And you have to ask yourself as a company too, and they probably will at some point. I do think somewhere down the line you will see this happen. Only for the pure literal fact of, at some point they'll get kind of worn out on the current factions, not sure what to do with them, and need fresh, like fresh, as they say, fresh blood or fresh meat to the table, and to be able to promote more sales. So I do think at some point you'll see it. Because I'll admit, GW has its dumbness sometimes. Nowhere near as much as what we talked about in the last episode in a certain company and what they're doing. But I do think sometimes they're a little foolish on certain things. But with how much more promotion they're doing, plus they have the video game side now, they don't just have to do tabletop anymore. They can kind of promote some of these classes and characters. Because here's the thing you could do. Let's say it's, I don't know which is more expensive. Let's say it's more expensive for them to make a ton of models for a whole faction than it is for them to make a game about it to promote them. Then they should just do the game first. Just, if you have a game, introduce them. Or an animation be a little harder. I don't know if that'd reach enough people. I feel like the games market for Warhammer is a lot larger than any of the others when it comes to stuff outside of tabletop. So I think if they wanted to do this, put them in a game. This is why part of me believes it'd be kind of cool if the Voton, aka the dwarves, end up in, even though I wouldn't want to play as them if I had to, even though I did make that deal, so I will unless James trades with me. I would still play the Voton anyways, just for the fact that, if James didn't want to trade, just for the fact that, well, this is promotion for the dwarves in 40k. Something they didn't have before. And even if and this would promote more models to be made, more sales on all fronts. You can make animations, short games, small little movies and things like that. It's like, when you have a product like Warhammer, I do feel like the biggest thing at your disposal that they need to take more advantage of and actually put to the grindstone is how much vastness the universe has. It's the same thing I said, like, with, like, how I think that Star Wars kind of ran into a problem, where as much as we love the Jedi, there is a ton of other stuff in the Star Wars universe that, before all of the screwiness that happened, that could have been covered, that would have easily drawn attention. But they tend to not do that for some reason. The more expensive your universe, the more you have a playability with it. And the more you can kind of do new things and try things with it that aren't previous characters. Because that's where the biggest issue, I think, with most franchises come with, using Star Wars as an example again, is when you take that franchise and instead of innovating it, you just take the original character and you turn him into a milk-drinking old man instead of what he should be as the legendary Jedi himself, aka most likely the Chosen One. It's really strange. It's really strange. It's like when you do that, then you ruin a franchise. Or what happened with Mandalorian, where they had all this build-up with Grogu being left at the Jedi Academy, just for him to come back and get him. Who knows how long? Maybe only a week at best. It felt like, which means he got no training, hardly. And for them, so they could sell another season and just try to sell Grogu toys. When instead they could have branched off the two series, Mandalorian with his own series, and Grogu getting his own franchise. But they didn't do that. Because he could have been the main character of the the Jedi Academy series. Have him be the student who is learning from the old Master Luke Skywalker and the balance keeper Ahsoka, aka the enforcer of the Jedi at this point. And it's like so much was missed out there because you have these very lazy writers who can't see 2 feet past their nose. So it's like, it's really sad, especially when you have a good product. That, speaking of, what we were speaking of yesterday, when you have a good product and you throw it in the dirt for cheesy schemes. You see, they'll likely introduce many of the new Xeno races in 40K. They have a dozen races in 40K, rarely anyone knows about, like a true Starship Trooper bug level insectoid hive mind. They're what? Really? That's separate from the Tyrannid? That one might be a little harder because Tyrannid are kind of the placeholder for that. This is why I think they'd have a harder time than the Skaven would competing with the other hive mind. Like Skaven aren't really a hive mind. They just behave like one sometimes. Technically, they're individual creatures, but you know what I mean on that though. But the hierarchy-wise, they behave like one to a certain extent. But it's like that would be a little harder. But that is cool. See, I didn't even know that. So that shows you once again that has a lot to do with writing. That has a lot to do with not taking enough chances where it should be taken versus places you shouldn't be taking chances to grow the universe. I'll say it like I'll say well, hold on, let me read this part. I missed this one. Or the species that stole the old 40K Skaven name. I'm not joking. When they removed the Skaven from tabletop, they gave their species name to another Xeno species that is not a rat. Really? Those bugs have technology and not bioweapon like the Tyranids. Oh, really? So they're like the what's it called actually from what was that turn-based game me and James played with the insectoid species? Why can't I remember their names? So they're like that. See that? Okay, then they would be fine then. Then you could do something with that too. It's like I said, that shows me all it has to do with you need the right person to know how to take these chances in the right place. Which just seems that's getting less and less and less in today's time. People rather be told what to think instead of think for themselves. So, it's really strange. It's very strange. And that's why you get atrocities that happen like Star Trek Academy, Concord, um, Star Wars the Rey franchise, or even worse, Star Wars Acolyte. Or, possibly GTA 6. But, once again, that has to do with knowing how to be your own thing and knowing where to take these risks and where you're just being dumb and just letting something you heard in the general thing or this that online or whatever speak for you. Sadly, it's been becoming pretty common. And this is why I think we need to fight even harder and harder, because I do feel like right now we're in a stage where a lot of this is being fought back against. But the issue is that we're probably not fighting hard enough, because clearly it keeps getting ground in some places and keeps getting projects and whole franchises that they just completely ruin, and they don't seem to learn from other people's mistakes. That's another thing. Always be learning from not just your own mistakes, others as well. Because this helps you avoid that same problem, that same catastrophe that befell them. That's what literal wisdom is supposed to do. In anything, whether it be something small or something big. Imperium tried to exterminate these bugs and failed. See, that's a cool start. What else? What other stuff do you know? Even chaos that can survive that easily. I mean, obviously some of the daemons can, because they can go into the warp. But I'm talking about on average. Like, let's say it's just a bunch of chaos space marines, and they're on the surface and get absolutely, and it's like they can't survive that. So if these bugs in the story can, that's a good way to start that. But either way, it's like but either way, like I said, that was a prime example that walked in right there. But anyways, but what I was gonna say is like that's a good way to start a franchise off of a new character, or maybe not franchise, the right word, but a new saga and story off of a new species, character, whatever it may be, in order to produce something new to the world, but yet was always there, right? But elaborating on it. Whoa, the bugs also destroyed the fleet? That's even better. Because that shows you that means these bugs are not just hell, one could argue now knowing that, because I didn't even know they existed, that's even better than the Skaven. Think about that. The Skaven haven't done any of that, right, in 40K. But yet this species has, yet they're not being shown any love either. That's, once again, it comes down to acknowledging and being a better writer for this kinds of product or narratives. Because that's insane. That's not just something you do. I mean, the Imperium fleets, sure, some of them get destroyed, but no matter who's fighting them, it's never just easy. It's never just, oh, we destroyed the fleet and prevented them from exterminating our planet. That's a huge accomplishment. Especially for a species that has no official models or technically placement, as far as that's the best way I can put it, inside any of the products that are associated with the franchise. It's like, what? And it also stems from, once again, sadly, I hate to use this, but as an example, you just don't know if you heard any of that when it walked in, is closed-mindedness that leads you to reacting to everything you hear as an attack. That's what a lot of these communities and these so-called wokes do. All they hear is, I'm being attacked, I'm being attacked, I'm being attacked. When most time, especially even when it's civil, most people are trying to milk them, but they don't want to hear that. It is what it is, though, when it comes to stuff like that. Sometimes you literally can't teach someone. Sometimes they just sadly have to learn the hard way. I ain't gonna distract you, but there's dozens of species in the Tau Empire alone that are not shown. Oh wow. Yeah, I know there's a lot about the Tau Empire and its regions that definitely are hidden and not really, no one knows anything about. I mean, the Kroot themselves, even though I think they're mostly enslaved by the Tau, could argue that those could be the lizardmen of 40K. So it's like, there's so much to the universe that could be done that I feel like would add more flavor, bring more people in, expand the universe even more in the right way, and also make more money. Like I said, there's tons of ways with that kind of stuff, and then we'll start after I say this. There's tons of ways to make money in a business and this and that without doing cheesy schemes. Y'all know what I'm referencing. It's not Warhammer, just to be for Warhammer's sake. That wasn't a reference towards Warhammer for anyone who's curious. It was reference to a different franchise. It's like, but that's because they're being run by people who know nothing about these businesses. A lot of these companies got to a point where they're being led by leadership who have nothing to do with the product, which is why they don't know how to make it successful. Every company you see that's successful in the world, usually their CEO or leadership of any kind, are probably associated with the product in some way, and like directly, or maybe even one of the original progenitors of it, like Elon or something like that, as an example, because he was deeply rooted in his systems. Or like for actors, me and Tom King talked about this, and this is my final example. Keanu Reeves owns multiple restaurants that he's involved in himself and checks on and sees how they're doing and how the staff is treating the customers and things like this. That's what a true leadership does. And when you have true leadership, that's when you see true success. Not haphazard leadership that's just sitting behind some table somewhere, wearing a suit and just signing papers and saying, screw them, I don't care what they think, just do what I say. That's not leadership. Because a leader also has to listen, along with anyone else too, once again, full circle, to everyone else around them too. Because wisdom comes from not just one's inner self, but the things around you. Once again, learning from other people's mistakes, or listening to what they may have to say, instead of just blurting it out and calling it an attack. Oh, you're attacking me. Also a reference to something else. But you know, hey. I'm gonna speak heresy, but I want the Dark Imperium to break into a dozen new human factions. Yeah, I get why you say that. I do think that may happen. Yeah, you know, this is going to sound terrible because technically I do want to see a day where Gilliman and the Lion team up. But you know what I'd rather see, and I know this is also a bit of heresy when to speak this. Even though Gilliman, to a certain extent, I don't know. I think he's a better leader, but my brain goes, would he beat the Lion in a fight? So it's like, I want to see them go against each other. But a proper going against each other, not like Chaos Space Marine to Space Marine. Like you said, a true new version of the Imperium. Something separate. Because even that would create new dynamics, new versions, new things can be done. This can be and it creates some crazy storylines that you could play into the tabletop, into video games, into movies, into shows, into shorts, or short animations. The sky's the limit. But I won't get too much off on a tangent. I will say this last thing. I also think that not enough people speak up about it and try to bring these kinds of ideas to maybe the companies, or well, the ones that will listen anyways, and things like that. I mean, using the bus thing that I was a part of, because we talked amongst all of each other, and we discussed, and we opened up the discussion back up and talked about what could be done and what couldn't. Things changed. We need more of that, and I feel like it's not being done enough. You see new models, new armies, and new narrative. Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, let's do this. Let's jump in here. We'll still stay on Uprising. I can technically do Malice, but I'm gonna let my equipment get a little bit higher before I do that. And then after this, let me know if after I do this mission, let me know if Darius wants to join in after, or if he's sitting this one out for tonight. He's probably getting tired of having to go back down to the older missions anyways. Since you don't get a lot of XP on Uprising as a level 30 and higher, or when you're trying to get new items and stuff, it's a little harder to get what you're looking for. Whoa, look at that. Where did that zealot stew that space marine helmet from? That's a cool look, I'm not gonna lie.
You're heading into the torrent. Rannick's identified a target that wants eliminating. The target's turned an enforcer station into a private bolt hole.
Oh, he's on Helldiver's? Oh, okay.
Go in through the sewers, find
Oh yeah,
your way
it
up
is
to
the beginning of the month. I've got to pick up the thing that's on sale tonight, so we're ready for that this month. Before it goes off sale tomorrow, or I'll forget it, miss out on it, and have to pay full price, which would be way worse. So, I'm going to work on doing that tonight. And then tomorrow we are going to still do Arc Nights. I've got to go and make some phone calls and for the paratransit thing for Charlotte that I'm trying to get, and some things like that, get that situated away. And then when I get back, we'll be doing Arc Nights. I'm gonna pre-type for it tonight, though.
Oh, stench! Holy throne!
Can't always be sunshine and flowers, can it?
You got all sorts of sex to have, Killum.
Wait, how did they
Might make some useful connections.
You can't find the enforcer station from down here, so you'll have to find an ascender.
Fight with steel! Die in glory!
Chorus engagement protocol in
That
effect.
sword almost looks like the one. What's it called? Get that sword or something?
I shall slay you!
I mean, it looks like it's doing the same thing as mine did. There's a freaking machine right there. Doesn't double tap.
Death is a mercy!
Y'all know this
This
ain't
place is in better condition than much of the torrent.
Your enemies lie! Kill this bloody hound!
Oh, someone shoot a mark!
Do you know any good jokes? Alright, do you know any bad ones?
Do you know any bad ones? That was good. Do you know any good jokes? No. Do you know any bad ones? No.
Ammo!
On that present.
Boom barrel! It's a motor! I'm shaking it, Martin!
I am your champion! Die, Gunner!
Go on, Martin!
Die
probably. Hopefully he'll catch up sometime.
English terminal!
You're at the attender. Hopefully it still works.
Kill it!
Where's he at? Ah! I thought I tried to shove him, but he was already on the ground. Oh wow.
Medipack!
You've got incoming. Stand your ground.
You've got a good eye! Got a bigot! You are being shot!
There it is.
Master neutralized!
You guys might like me when I did my psychic Resource. I might have to try that and see if one of those great swords better. The one the Delicate or the one the Psyker gets.
Dying till I say so!
Ascenders in position. Get moving.
No mercy for the despoilers of the machine spirits.
Alright.
Wasn't so long ago that I was living around here. Let the past stay where it is.
Kill the gunner!
Attention on this one.
Medicaid station! Just as bad as the other killjoys. You know that!
I don't say this often, but you're getting on me last nerve.
You got things to go with that, son!
Working up to it.
This personality feature that I gave to Icket for first of it was kind of work. He sounds absolutely insane. And he's not afraid to taunt anybody. I hear a trap.
Don't have full memories of the enforcer station. There's
but not for you!
Indeed we shall, if the God Emperor wills it.
Oh! So it's hide and seek now, is it? There we go! What's the matter? Bored of our company? Here they come! This one's gonna be fun!
We got trouble! I see me weeping over a ruined courthouse.
Give them the old curfew welcome!
Group up! You need to be together for this!
I shall smite you!
Come on now, find the elevator and let's end this heretic!
Ammo! What? It's like their style?
The barrel is going to explode! Retreat! I am your doom!
So what? Wouldn't want to be called, would ya?
Can't say I'm averse. A change of pace is as good as the rest.
Killjoy.
Come on, come on! Done! You can use the elevator!
A little more courage, Pilgrim! Surely that wound did not need tending!
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were taking your sweet time down there. Remind you of happier days, does it?
Hardly. I'm glad to have put my past behind me.
I know why he didn't want to heal. Because I'm pretty sure
Gotta follow
Zella
where
gets
your
more
feet
strength
take
the
you.
more wounds it
Otherwise,
has,
what's the
has
point?
lost.
Service to your Messiah isn't the point.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work for me.
They always say that. It's never true.
Let's do this.
Power's exploding!
Like, alright.
Rager's gonna cook.
Holy, that did a lot. I love that rock.
Yeah, you're going down, rotter.
Don't get overconfident.
Anything. Get rat, dude. Nice. I do love that run.
For freedom!
Welcome, Zealy. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Arna. How's your day been? Are you commencing the plan this week? Which one? I have so many things on my plate right now that could be a billion different things right now. Not literally a billion, but it feels like that. I've actually got quite a lot going on this week. As it gets deeper into the week, it'll get a little bit more hectic. Thursday and Friday are going to be the more crazier days.
Do not exaggerate. There's one arch heretic fewer among the living. May the celebrations begin, etc., etc. I understand that the surviving water cartel have taken the opportunity.
Oh, you're talking about the game? You're talking about the one for the channel, I assume.
I
the
do
IRL.
so like a brawl with no winners. But don't even think that you'll be resting on your laurels. You're still scum.
I don't know if we'll get to
In
start
fact, I
that
think it's
said
time
game
you introduced yourself to Hadron. I'm sure she's
this
going to
week.
simply
We'll have to see.
adore you.
I wanted to do Space Marine 2 as well, so that might... So Sephi, aka the one-winged angel himself, may have to wait till next week, but I will be getting it tonight in order to make sure we have it. Now, if you talk about the IRL ones, that one's...
Through
I mean,
service,
that one's
we
always
atone
moving
for our
forward.
sins.
It's not necessarily something that's on pause at any moment.
I hope you find grace.
Alright, let's check my equipment. What did we get in there? We got an axe. Is that better than this one? Technically, it's not. Because the max bonus for it... Like, you see why I kept this tactical axe. Because even on not using an axe with it, unless I have to, it's got 80 finesse, which this is a pretty fast axe. 80% critical bonus, 80% mobility with it. Its pen is terrible. But, and then basically 80 damage. Whereas this one's just 76 across the board, which that's good if you want a more even Stevens kind of setup. Sometimes these aren't too bad, but I mean, I could just turn this into that. So, I actually think I will probably sacrifice this in order to get some mastery for the tactical axe. Till we can get some better daggers. Or shivs, as they're called. This one's good. This is the best one I've found so far, but I'm looking for one with 80% finesse. Less mobility on it, because I don't care about mobility. The numbers I want to be 80 for my shiv that I'm looking for are damage, penetration, finesse, and first target. These are the four I'm trying to find something that has 80 on those. Because finesse for faster weapons is better, now that I know what it does, in order to make it do higher levels of damage, even though it's weaker than your average heavier hitting. Like the light attack 76. But, as you saw with how insane those things are, if you have enough finesse in it, plus the right other builds and things that I'm going with talent tree for him, becomes a machine. It's like literally the Skaven stab. Now you got me confused, silly. You're talking about that. You said IRL, but it pertains to the channel. See, this is what happens when there's so much is going on. My brain turns to mush because there's just absolute metric tons of stress. So, And it's like, so, you talking about the computer? I assume. I mean, since I lost too much money last month, so definitely I ain't gonna be able to get a new computer this month. That'll probably happen close to my birthday. My brain's trying to remember which one you're speaking of specifically. Like I said, my brain's been absolutely. Which one was it? So much on my mind. I'm trying to figure out which one pertains to both the channel and IRL. I mean, obviously, there's the big one, the big plan. Even though that continues to be problematic because I'm still looking for options that I can take as a legitimate, safe, and also reliable option to be able to move forward. But I'm ever still looking and searching and connecting and talking and reaching out. And yeah. I know that I'm hoping on the 19th of July, if you're talking about that, if you're talking about the big plan, I'm hoping maybe some connections will be made and I'll meet some people that might be able to point me in the right direction on the 19th. But I don't know how, since I don't want to put in too much stock on that either, just because it's a different type of program of what they deal with and things versus what my disability is. They do a different one. But maybe they'll know people that'll be like, oh, you need to reach out to da da da. That's always what I do. I was like, if I know they can't do it themselves, I'll say, hey, do you know anyone I can talk to for any of these things that I might need help with? So, and see the stuff about saying spending weeks without streaming. Oh, yeah. So that won't. Like I said, that one's a bit unpredictable because at the moment I'm trying to think because the people I keep talking to here where I currently live aren't getting back with me. So I'm currently reaching out to another county that might be able to do things better for me in this aspect, which is what the 19th thing I just mentioned is. I'm hoping maybe I can talk to some people there that might know some people to reach out in the right places since they are from that county and know more about it and things like that, even if they themselves can't help me, which is fine. Plus, I'll be hanging out with my brothers, my old brother. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Dante since I'm Virgil. So it's like, uh, and chilling with him that day. But the people he knows might know some people who knows. Like I said, that's one of those things I'm constantly always still doing something right now until I find something that is concrete. Because this needs to be something that I know that I can do and just move forward with it. Can't be no second guesses. No, not pertaining to that. Yo, welcome. Yeah, so you are talking about the big one, Sealy. Yeah. Yeah, Soup Tim King, but yeah, you are talking yeah, like I said, that can't be no second guesses on that, so I am currently still opening up doors and trying to find one that I can walk through permanently. Because there will be no going back after that. And so, but I'll hopefully know more, unless something just falls in my lap, which usually doesn't. I'll know more on the other side of that branch in the other county after the 19th of this month, and what may open up and what may not. So, and then the computer thing, depending on if something does happen before my birthday, that won't happen till my birthday. I'm gonna save that to my birthday or Christmas around there because I got too much other stuff going on. Plus, if things aren't absolutely insane by my birthday, I'm hoping to do something on my birthday. I never really get to do anything. So, I'm hoping to, like, probably not a trip. I would love to go on a trip, but that's probably not gonna happen. But it's like, I'll have no one to go with me. But, I don't know. That when it comes to the birthday thing, that one's just as it always is. But we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. And if I could, actually no, I wouldn't go to Vegas. I don't like Vegas. I'd rather go if I was gonna go anywhere. I'd rather go to Florida. And it's like if I'm going on a vacation, I'd rather go to Florida. Vegas is a nightmare. It's also too darn close to California. And I'm not going nowhere near that rat's nest. Ironic with the title. Alright, then I hope it goes well. On a different note, how much of the new modes for NTE do you know releasing? And I only know the one. I only know that what I read on the little like announcement page when they showed off the Dragon Girl's picture for NTE, the character after Chaos. That they're supposedly adding another tabletop game, like much like the Mahjong one, into for everyone to play together against each other. I don't know what it is, but because it didn't say, it just said a tabletop something related or another. But it's wait, it's gonna be on Xbox? Microsoft's got the Blade rights right now for the game? Really? I'll be. Hopefully, it's multi-platform. Now, Xbox is pretty good about that compared to everyone else, so we'll see, I guess. But it seems really Xbox just continues to baffle me. Both them and Sony. Like they need to get their stuff together, man. Well, no, there was remember, no, there was a Blade game advertised ages ago on Sony even. So I wonder if that was supposed to be that game. I really hope that don't have anything happen to it. But because that would be real sad. Because we've never got, like I said, once again, we've never got to have a good one. Well, like there was only one that was semi decent, and even then it didn't do well. But that's sad. Like I said, and then hearing like they might just cancel it anyways, it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, Sony and Xbox need to get their shit together. Oh, and I don't want to drag you into this conversation too much right now, but because it's too deep of a well. Sealy found something for me about even more about GTA 6. It's not looking good. Did you know the deluxe edition is also locking you out of stuff versus the base game? Yeah, but that's the thing. That Ultimate Edition is if you're getting the base edition, you're locked out of 90% of the shit on the map. This has been confirmed. No, it is. It's whole mod shops, damn king, and not aesthetic mod shops. Things that modify your car. The garages themselves. Remember we talked about property. Properties are also being locked out. No, GTA 6 is due. It's like I am no guy. I'm not going nowhere near that damn thing. It's like these companies need to learn that we're not gonna buy your shitty little fucked up products when you're just using the name to try to sell it. Nah, because it was because it was really Arcane Lion. Oh, so that might be why it's getting canceled, because Bethesda's been in hot water. Not as much as they used to be, but I mean, he always has to fight that. But weird, Paris. That's not where that trailer took place. So I wonder if that game just already disappeared, and then somehow Microsoft tried to make one, and now it might disappear. It's really sad. Like I said, at this point, I don't expect anything out of these companies anymore. I'm kind of on that fence anymore at this point. They've burned me too many times. I don't trust any of them now. And see, and then Seeley said, You sure you going to Florida for vacation, or because of Teo AI? Why can't it be both? Why can't it be me while I'm on vacation coming to Club a Seal for trying to create a Teo AI? Uh, yeah. Yep. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. That's wow. No, that's gonna get hammered down. She's gonna be made a fool of. All right, well, good luck to that woman. Yep. Well, that's that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what all shoddy politician and bill makers. I mean, just like the one when they tried to pass that stupid bill in Cali against Nick Shirley. Nah, that's all BS. Those are called what's called wing tactics. They know that it's I don't think I think they lied about that too. I think it lost a lot more than that. But here's the thing, because they tried to say it only lost by one vote with the Nick Shirley thing too, but then it got uncovered that was bullshit. They do this to try to play the horse as much as possible. They know it's not going to get passed in the greater courts because of some violation of freedom of rights, but they do this to slow things down. It's the same thing that Bricks and Minifigs is trying to do to what's it called and all them with that Lego fiasco. Nah, nah, nah. They can just join the same stupid car that Bricks and Minifigs and all the rest of these stupid hounds are on. We're going to get you out of there. Don't you worry. No, because because here's what the greater court would say. Well, if that were true, then why in the world was this never talked about before? It's all horseshit. Like the Supreme Court would throw this out in a heartbeat. This is what they do, though. These more dirty level politicians, they'll do delay tactics. They will try to push out bills they know won't get passed, but because legislation which should be improved is so damn slow, it will slow down the problem. It'll slow down the project, and it'll delay it as much as they can to get as much juice out of it before they lose their golden goose. It's all bullshit. It's like that kind of stuff is all misinformation. Every single one of it. This is why we need more Nick Shirleys. We need more people like Stop Killing Games. We need more people like the guy who's helping the Bricks and Minifigs situation. We need more people like this. Because we need to show there are way too many idiots who are trying to lie through their teeth just to get what they want. Who have no intelligence, no wisdom, and no right to nothing. So, you see, oh, it's a D&D tabletop game. Ooh, so it's gonna be like a D&D tabletop game added to NTE. That's cool. A game where you go into a fantasy map, getting gear and other stuff, and rolling dice. Basically, a Baldur's Gate with Elden Ring. Ah, that sounds cool. And you can do it with your friends, I assume, hopefully. Just like the Mahjong one. And about Mahjong, they're also adding a new rule set to it. Like how Uno has different rule sets. Oh, wow. You missed my comment. Oh, hold on. Ardna, we need to braid the idol girl is a 6-star. Sealy will throw himself at Tomimi's tail if she's a 6-star. Yeah, you're probably right. And then he'll look back and be sad for how much he spent on a certain thing and went broke. See, I don't regret Gilberta. Even though Gilberta broke my orbitals and made it almost impossible to get me through. Thankfully, I got her, but it could have not happened. It's like, but, you know. Oh, is it? I'll have to download it later. Well, I'm gonna have space. You're at the moment. That one you told me, Blade of Fire or something like that. That sounds dope. I vaguely remember something like this. I'll have to check it out. That does sound interesting. Plus 3% to instant kill human-sized enemies. I'm gonna level up my daggers real quick. More finesse, yes. Okay. Plus, here's the other thing. I want to say one last thing to what Tempting was telling me in the background. If they did somehow manage to succeed at that, then all that they're doing is guaranteeing all these companies going bankrupt. Because what they don't realize is that the more they push this, the more they're going to guarantee the video game industry is going to crash. And that it's going... See, that's why that's why I don't think this would ever get past Supreme Court, because that's violating the developers' wishes, because none of them said that. If this were true, why then wouldn't have Call of Duty and all that cracked down on this years ago? It's like, it's all bullshit. Her agency, your agent. So she's well. Once again, you see how she said her agent. Well, you see how she said her agency. Some agency that no one knows, no one cares about, and doesn't really exist. I bet. I bet you it's a shell company. Yeah. So then, how does that? Yeah, exactly. So that means, okay, are you gonna sue Mahjong then? And it's like whoever owns it now, Tencent, which is good luck. It's for the children. Yeah. Nah. I mean, it could, but it would immediately. But here's the thing: it wouldn't last because once again, companies like Mahjong who are fine with this because it kind of makes them their money would immediately do a countersuit. This wouldn't last because this is a wolf biting. This is how a lot of these people you rip don't these people you rip when you hear them talk, you can tell how stupid they are. Because it's like you're not just attacking the gamers. You're now attacking companies who support this. You're taking money out of their pockets. You think they're gonna be okay with this? It's so stupid. It's a wolf biting another wolf, and then it's just gonna rip out its throat. It's like this company, and it's some random bitch company that doesn't do shit. It's like you're not the law. You're just some company who you personally proclaim, oh, these are illegal. According to who? There's no law that says this. What law are you making up? No, it's not a U.S. law. There ain't no court government law that says, private servers are illegal. One, no offense to our laws aren't even modernized enough to even have something like that. So where are you getting this from? It's crazy. It is crazy. These crazy little devils will make up so much lies. And that's what they are at this point. And see, it's fully instance fantasy world with 4 classes. Wow. Swordmaster, Mage, Barbarian, and who's the 4th Farseer? The Thick-Tail Lord. That's a good answer, Farseer. I like that answer. It is so insane, like I said. But like I said, let them keep putting their boots in their mouth. The more they do this, the more easier they make it for us to ruin all of them. Because it shows just how dumb they are, because their greed outweighs their intelligence. 100%. I've said this a million times. You cannot have wisdom and have greed in the same room. It does not exist. He's like, we'll definitely be there this time. Yep. It is so crazy, man. It's sad that they have to do that. That this is even a thing in the first place. This shows you how screwed up our system had turned into before all the changes started getting made, before our leadership we currently have and things like that. It shows you how depraved it was actually getting. Like I say it till I'm blue in the face. If a certain person had won the presidency instead of Trump, our country would have been doomed. Like America would have become a terrible place. And I do mean a terrible place. Exactly. Whatever we do, yeah, you're right about that. Even though a lot of people don't like when we say that, but you are right. Like, and this would have affected hundreds of, or like tons of other regions in the West that follow in suit to America. They would have had the same problem. I mean, they almost still did. They tried to still go that way, where we didn't, and now look what it's gotten. It's like people need to stop trusting these Looney Tunes. They are full of lies and deceit. They're, they're literally, basically represent heresy to what America is. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I saw that. Isn't that funny? I can't talk about too much on that one. That's a little bit of a touchy one, but yeah. Well, I can't elaborate too hard on what Tam King's talking about, but I'll say this for you as well, for you to hear this, Tam King, as well. Like, yeah, you know what that's called? And this is something I've always said. If you want to know what someone is guilty of, look what they're accusing someone else of doing. And see, which class you picking or not, ignoring Farzier's answer. Oh, and a prop hunt mode is arrived. Oh, that's cool. That'll be fun, like a hide and seek prop mode for NT as well. That'd be fun. You know, Lacrimosa is gonna win that. She's the only one who can shapeshift into anything. I'm just kidding. But anyways, what was I gonna say? I mean, I'm gonna go with the Thicktail Lord, not as the class, but I mean, it sounds like I'll end up probably being a sword master. You know me, I'm pretty, or barbarian, I guess, maybe. But you know me, I love my knights and my swords and stuff, so probably sword master, but we'll see. If not, then Thicktail Lord. I'm gonna do Alley Rat because, you know, he's based on a Skaven. Plus that dodge distance, it'd be 50% further. Kinda hilarious. I'll dodge and then be like 2 miles away from a hound. The hound look around like, where did he go? Oh man. Backstabs, grant 10% melee strength attacks 5 times. No, that one I didn't hear. Mm-hmm. Which means the price I probably said. Yeah, well, they're gonna feel that. That ain't gonna go well. It's like I said, these companies need to realize you've reached that ceiling. You need to recognize when you're at the ceiling and stop trying to break the ceiling. That's just how it is. Find other ways to make that money in different ways. So, this is why I don't. Well, that's what makes it worse. Is like you have money to subsidize it. You're just being greedy, but they'll feel that, just like the rest are doing in these Looney Tunes and these little bills that they try to do. They're all the same. They come from the same mentality. Greed and wisdom cannot sit in the same room. They don't. When you either choose to be greedy or you choose to be wise. What's funny is usually the wise person makes more money than the greedy person. Isn't that funny? But that is what it is. Let them do it. I just won't get it because it'll be too expensive. That'll be as much as a computer at that point. It's like I literally could get a computer for $1,200, and that's a good one. That's with like an RTX in it. It's like yeah, Steam needs to push that hard. The thing you told about Steam with the RAM thing, yeah, they need to push that hardcore because they're probably being affected by this to a certain extent. Oh, and also could have been why the Steam machine wasn't cheaper. But it's like, and it's like, and yeah, it's like, and this will and once so what Sony should be doing is doing the same thing and jumping in with Steam on this lawsuit so they can actually make profit off the PS6 for cheaper. It's so insane. Yep. Yeah, and that's a no-go. That's literal monopolization. That is literally illegal in the states in the United States. It's like we're now getting to the point these rats are so blatant because they know. I think they know that their time is coming to an end. That they're trying to hit every door they can and kick it open before they get ruined. That's what this feels like. It feels like a what do you call it? A flash fire situation where all these but that has nothing to do with the civilian market though. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the civilian market. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the civilian market. Sure, you could charge companies who are AI databases these crazy prices. I don't care about that. Do what you want there. But as far as just normal companies that are just PlayStation, Steam, things like that, or us as the consumer on the bottom of that too, and it's like, no, that is monopolization, and it needs to be treated as such, and I think it will. Once again, I think we're getting to that point that too many wolves are snapping at each other because once again, it's a flash fire. That's what that's really literally is. Is that all the more greedier ones know that they're losing ground and that they're about to be removed from power and all their little places they had all this time because of leadership and changes and things, that they're trying to burn as much as they can and get anything they can out of it before they're slapped in the face. It's really sad. And see, I'm accusing Silly of being a thick tail enjoyer. You talk about them more than me. Well, it's not. It wouldn't be really probably not an actual alternate, but like a better way to do RAM, right? I do think there is probably better ways, but I bet you they're not investing no research money in their companies to figure this out. They don't want to because they want those higher prices. This is how a lot of these gyps and scams end up forming, is that you get too many greedy people at the top who are probably offered alternatives, and then their researchers come to them, hey, I'd be willing to bet there probably is something out there that was probably offered at some point. But here's the thing. If it's actually cheaper, they're not going to look at that as a benefit. They're going to look at that as a hindrance to how many once again, I make this joke all the time, to how many Lamborghinis that they can get. Cheaper alternative fuel. And it's like so it's like but it's like, which for oil, I even though I do think it's gonna hit that point is and where that's gonna be forced at some point as well, that'll take a lot longer, I think, though. But it because it's a more natural resource. But technology, no. It's like technology has no excuse to do this. And it's like it is so asinine when you see companies do this. Like, bro, you have billions and billions of dollars. Where's your research teams to help make certain things cheaper on your mass consumption? What are you doing? This is like me in a RTS, to put it in layman's terms. This would be like me in an RTS who, instead of investing in a better barracks that will give you better units, you just build 20,000 barracks. What in the world? It's like, but it's done on purpose, like I said. So, let's see. And then back to what Farseer said. I think Farseer's on to something. Says, I'm accusing Sealy of being a thick tail enjoyer. You talk about them more than me, smiley face. And Sealy went, what? No, wait. No, I don't. Don't you? Or the Samsung 5K and Micron was caught artificially raising prices in the past. Yeah, I know. It's going to be the same for a lot of them. I'm pretty sure they've all been trying to do this for ages now. They just hadn't met a. Yeah, Samsung's on that lawsuit, so. Because they do, yeah, because they do chips as well, like Tim King was saying. So they're in that lawsuit as well. So they're also getting sued again. But it's like I said, they've been doing this for a while. But the thing is, we never had a leadership to put into question, right? To actually go in and actually enact the law. Because the law is there. They are breaking the law. It's just not being enforced. We need more arbitrators. Relax. But anyways, and then they were fined almost $1 billion. Yeah, and they're in another lawsuit with AMD and all. I think AMD's included as well. Well, all the big RAM companies that are a part of this because they're getting sued because they're monopolizing and controlling the market. Because like Tim King told me, and what I found out about it, they're legitly, well, not legitly, I mean legit, like literally, they're literally telling companies, even Sony and bigger companies, you will pay whatever price we put, or we just will cut you off and blacklist you completely, essentially. And you won't get no RAM at all. That's monopolization. That is now forcing the market in a direction that you're not legally allowed to do. US is built on a competitive market. That's not competitive marketing. So it literally is breaking the law. But the issue is there's not enough, well, this is starting to get this way, thankfully, but this is why I think we need more and more and more of this, and this is why I made the joke, more arbitrators for the Lex, is we need more people like our current leadership and other people that, like, people who call it out, whistleblowers, people who know the law and can expose it, or do interviews with people that do want to expose it and bring their voice to light, like Nick Shirley does for a lot of things, and it's like in many others, is we need more people to bring this to light, that we are literally in an age where the law is constantly being broken, but it's not being enforced on the lawbreakers. It's like, I can't say who, but it's like the guy that Tam King mentioned a minute ago that was blaming our president for doing something, and now he's being arrested for doing that same thing. That's the best way I can put it, as neutrality. It's insanity. It's like, this is why we need to enforce the law. Because these ones who think they can get away with it, they're going to blame other people for doing what they're doing. It's the age-old trick that people have done for years. Let's blame him for doing what we're doing. They even, I don't want to get too biblical with this, they even did it to Jesus. What do you think the Pharisees did? They tried to paint him as like he was possessed with the devil, blah, 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 and this and all that, when they were the ones doing the evil acts that they accused him of. It's an age-old trick. An age-old trick. And it's like, it's so annoying. And it's like, that's why it's like, we need to always be aware with it. And even once again, referencing a little bit of biblicality, this is why you must always keep a watchful eye. Because the moment you don't, the enemy will jump in there on you and take advantage of you. It happens in everything. War, politics, yeah, economy, everything. Literally everything. This is why we need to keep pushing this, and we need to keep this train rolling.
Ready to serve.
Because I'll say it again, you don't see this shit in China. I keep making that joke, but it's true. It's absolutely true, and absolutely insane that it's a thing. That one's, other than the penetration, that one almost was better. I was looking for a better shield. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me check the weekly. See if there's any in the weekly. Because I've earned quite a lot of coins because of my multiple characters.
Bodyguard with you. Hurry up, I have things to do.
And this is still going. I wish they showed how many days are left on the event for the sister thing. But 6 days. Where'd you see that? Does it show it? Touchpad? Oh. Oh, I completely forgot that's the thing. I always forget that if you hold the touchpad, it shows you your weeklies and different things and event stuff. I hardly ever use it, so I forget it's there.
Blockheads today.
Ooh, damn, the finesse is too low, though. That was a good one. This would have been a good one if the finesse had been 80. Oh. 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 Okay, hold up. That might be worth it. That's 79 damage, 80 mobility, 80 finesse, and 80 penetration. the first target's kind of low, but I can probably sacrifice that because he's going to be attacking so fast. I don't think I'm going to care what target he hits first. Really, seriously. So we'll keep looking, but that might be a winner. And I have plenty of points and still some weeklies to go. I'm going to get these. And then I'm going to bring them up concentration-wise. They're already higher than my current ones.
Let the work begin.
Oops, wrong one. 150. So look at that. It's 72, but that's because obviously the damage is slightly lower. It's on 31 instead of 34. But 4 less damage with these things doesn't mean much. With the finesse is 80. Or the finesse can be 80, and it's already at 44% out of that 80, so it's already halfway up. So let's consecrate this.
The work is complete.
Damage to unarmored enemies. Do I want? What's my current one? Groaners and poxwalkers. I mean, unarmored enemies in general would be fine. It's the same as that one, basically. And it gives me more damage to them. Because all the poxwalkers and groaners have no armor. So, yeah. So now what we want to do is empower it, even waste a little bit of this just to get it up to 74. There we go. Which is 190. I don't want to go too much higher. I could just go, you know what? It's already right there. 200. Because this means I'll have chances of getting 200s. And that brought the finesse to 51%. So, do I want to consecrate it one more time? I've got 1,000, until I complete the event, that is. I've got 1,443. It costs 102 to go to a blue. I'm going to do it. That way I can give it one of its perks. Alright. Now real quick, let's equip that. That'll make doing Malice more possible with Hickett now. Now I'm going to sacrifice this blue axe and these green shivs for mastery points for the weapons.
The tools of war are the tools by which the
So let's start with the tactical axe. Sacrifice this blue because my gray one is still better than that. That gray one, tactical axe I ended up getting was so good. It's not even consecrated yet, and it's a lower overall power score. So I'll sacrifice that. And then we're going to go to shivs and sacrifice the greens. Alright. That gives them a little bit extra oomph for the next level. Now let's see if we can get a little bit better guns. What'd you say? It probably won't tick over until the store update time, right? So that would be whatever time for your side of the region would be. For me, that's usually 2 o'clock that day. So it'll probably end like, and yeah, unless it was whatever time you did it. So it'll be whatever that time is. There's a way to look at it, but I don't know if it tells you down to hour. My green machine guns are still better than this. Any others that are better? No. Okay. Let's go check the weekly one more time so we can try to get some good starting weapons. I've got plenty. Are there any submachine guns in here? There is. Is that better than mine? No. It is not by a long shot. Because there's only 180, where my current machine guns have 380s and 270s. That's pretty reasonable considering one of these is usually like 60 and below. for 380s and up. So now I've got 80% stopping power, 80% damage, 80% extra ammo in this thing, 70% collateral potential. That's the only thing that's kind of better on the other ones. It's got a 70% collateral, 75% collateral total. But I feel like, nah, that ain't worth it. If I were to empower this to 150, that would already be better than that. So, yeah, that's good. Leave that alone. Alright, so we're good. No machine guns. I'm hoping, I don't think they do, but I'm hoping the Hive Scum gets a flamethrower. Because that's what I want to give Vikic, because obviously he has a flamethrower in Warhammer Fantasy. So I'm hoping he will get one. That the Hive Scum gives it a flamethrower at a certain level. I won't know until I get there. Because I don't know no one who really has one. Other than Yumi, but Yumi's not on right now. So I think there's different versions of the flamethrower. I think you can get one that's continuous. Because there's different models of every gun. Well, some only have one, but most have at least 2 models. I think the only one I know that fully violates this is the double barrel shotgun. It seems to never be different. So, like even the snub nose revolver has 2 different versions. There's the quick draw version, which is the one I have now. And then there's one that's like more impact related, but it takes longer to aim and all that. Like it's not as accurate or something, I forget. It's like hits harder, but it sacrifices something else. Might be speed or fire rate or something. I think it's fire rate. But alright, let me empower these a little bit.
A new marvel is awoken.
And then I want to concentrate it to get a blue.
I trust you are pleased about it.
Sustained fire is the most hilarious part for these submachine guns. That's the one it gave me too. Damage to elites, nice. Okay, let's see if I can get a higher version of that though. Unless I want, hold on. No, let's stick with sustained fire.
Our prayers have been answered.
And then damage to elites is fine, but can I get a higher damage to elites? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 8% damage. Yep.
Splendid.
Alright, then back to the shivs. Let's fix the... I don't have reposit. But I do want... Where is it? Hitting enemies' weak spot applies stack of brittleness. That's pretty good. No, Mercy Killer, because 52% extra damage to weak spot to enemies who are bleeding, which I have both the bleed perks, like even whether it be weak spot or not. So, yeah, that's pretty insane. Oh, I wanted the higher one than that. There we go. Alright, cool. That should be good.
There is killing to be done.
Do I have my first curio yet? No, I have to be level 8. Alright. Alrighty. Since my talents are still kind of behind my weapons, I'm still going to stay on Uprising a little bit longer. Alright, you ready, Tam King? You're joining in when I'm going after the Phage tree. Alright, we'll do Uprising for now. Mission 5. Or let Chinese RAM manufacturers into the market. I thought about that. That's actually a good call. I thought about that. It's like, if these fools over here won't do it, I do think, once again, I see a future where at some point, if these fools hurt their own system and country too much with these stupid greed, that you could see America becoming even more friendly with our rival, just for the fact that we can share their market like we did at one point anyways. And it's like, so, because I do think they need something like that. They need to be forced to think about it. Because I bet you they wouldn't do it if they knew that was going to happen. Let the free market rivals do the rise of their... Yeah.
If this strike team's appearance is of any indication, this mission is already a failure.
I can vouch for their ability, Excellency.
Your opinion was not courted, Novitiate, nor your presence wanted.
I go where Interrogator Rannick sends me.
I'm glad that's sorted. Back to the war.
Back to the war, I do like Geeky characters. You guys about this crazy. Like those two that you hear on this mission, those two little hashtag Warhammer politicians are the epitome of the brain level and thinking of the ones that are causing all these problems.
Could be a bit of unpleasantness in Abdraco, Excellencies. I hope you don't have weak stomachs.
Only the degenerates live in such places. I know this all too well.
Persian's leaders abandoned them.
Yep. The sister is right. You go. Bring the sister coming down on their head. Oh, wow!
I hear nothing.
How did the ship do that? I don't know. You gotta think how strong Ickett's physical strength would have to be to do that. This Ickett anyways. Because it's like, my little ship just made that guy 2 people. That's just the nicest way to put it. Oh, yep, flamethrower. And a poxer. Oh, and a trap. What's behind us? I'll get him.
I hear that this squadron took root before the invasion.
People were abandoned. We did not repeat the mistake.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know if it's that for some reason the female Hive Scum voice, they didn't do new voiceovers for her. You know how we talked about the Hive Scum could say different things than the other players? Ickett does. He says for the Conclave and all that instead of for Imperium.
If they are not, they should be.
Yeah, see, he'll say Atoma because that's the planet. Hold on.
Breaking is
Let me see if I can get him to say it.
I doubt that you will ever be content.
Contentment is for the
I
weak.
won't.
For me,
Hear that?
there is only the legs.
Yeah.
Whatever comes
That's the one that
next,
normally
you do
says
better,
Imperium.
The quarantine don't look as welcoming as
By
always.
stab. I find it funny you're giving me all these stems when my stem does all of this in one.
Scares don't reach. Deploy your servo skull and be careful what you touch.
My girl, flamethrower. Hey, how you doing? Oh, trapper. Haha, he missed. Oh, that's bad. Ah, well, I thought I dodged trapper, but I hit a wall.
Let's see what a servo skull finds.
I'm sure I did uprising. This does not feel like uprising.
your expenses out and hunt down what we came for.
Oh, that's the arc rifle. That's what Darius' rifle is. That's what you're talking about. We have a Mechanicus on that thing himself. That's the arc grenade. I had that for a while. Remember, I was using it to try to do the challenge. But that thing's less likely to deactivate things than just using the voltage charge. Got it.
You won't find anything else. Upload your data to the servo skull.
There's also a fox versus somewhere. Yep, right there.
It's good, but we need more targets. Follow the servo skull.
Let me go see if the med station's online.
Medication station!
You've arrived at a new scan location. All fixes and elbows. Get it done!
Cease your wasteful ways or answer to me!
Oh, we got
Sighted
scanned.
on my car.
I see.
Apologies.
Okay.
You found everything you need around here.
Oh,
Return
trapper
to the
incoming.
servo skull.
You're underway.
Success! Get Trapper!
7-7! Charging!
You've reached the next scan location. You know what comes next.
Oh, we got scanned again? Okay. One in here. Oh, we got it?
This area's dry. Upload and move on.
Thank you, Strike Team. We now have
I picked it up.
You
Okay.
are block fodder! All of you! Never forget that. Door accessed.
You would do well to learn some self-control.
Nah, predictable's boring! For me and for everyone else!
I like boring.
Suddenly, self-control's not looking so bad!
I chose the right personality for it.
We have ammo.
Plasteel.
These deaths were avoidable. The Hive Administratum had a duty to these souls. Maybe so, but we cannot change the past.
Do you mind, Excellency? I'm trying to run a mission here.
Uh-oh. Gargoyles are coming. We say, ooh.
Recount my judgment!
Alright, nice.
Go on! You've got to be heard! Give me a little scream! Be silent! Nah, there was more of a crowd! Quiet down!
Blessed Emperor, receive the souls of the righteous dead favor. I am curious as to why Rannick wished you to join us.
Oh, yeah.
His
I
mind
saw
will
that.
reveal itself to me.
Oh, shoot.
Excellency.
Oh, they left the ammo crate. Ah. I'll have to keep the Metacrate crate. We'll have to find another ammo crate. I marked it so they go pick it up, but... I'm at full, so I had to be a waste for it, so it's fine. They ran off without it. I've got plenty of ammo. I hear it. Hey! Yeah, I hear Trapper.
Medicaid service on its side.
Reloading!
Thank you! A successful termination! Losing enemy advantage!
I always thought the Inquisition had high standards for its operatives. Foolish of me.
I'm sure the team values your insight, Excellency.
We do not.
Remain vigilant, associates. Right shotgunner!
Especially the one I'm playing.
Right team. All fencing picking up hostiles inside. Let's do this proper, you hear?
There's nothing to stir the blood like the slaughter of heretics.
At least we can agree on that. He said there's nothing to stir the blood more than taking out the heretics. And I'm like, yeah, that I can at least agree with.
Shall end it. Strike team, deploy your biotic probes. Let the blessed unguent of shriving flow.
Alright.
Right. Hang tight until the injection cycle's complete. Don't get killed.
Flamer out there, I see him. He's dead. Another one. Got him. We got him. Oh. We got a hack. Where is he? Right there. Oh, okay. I was gonna dodge him, but he got shaken out midair. It's funny because I can actually dodge those now because of my distance I dodge. Oh, look at this poor gunner getting mauled. Oh, he did. Good cyber house. Cyber doggy. Cyber doggy. Oh, that one's about to blow. Oh, watch out! Got the Ranger. I hear a possibly I thought I heard a flame. But no, I hear a gunner, alright. Y'all shot him. I was gonna push him back and let him explode naturally. Oh, dude, wow. He didn't get downstairs. Nice. Yeah, that was part of the tree. You see the tree rot slowly as that phage kills it. The anti-nurgle serum. We have to wait for it. There we go. Gunner behind you! Oh my god. Or you got it. I was gonna get him if you did. Run to the extractor! Oh, that's a lot of dudes!
This district must be scoured clean. Nothing else will end
Watch out, Napkin.
right.
We must not abandon the faithful. Then they shall be martyrs all, as is proper.
Above my pay grade, that excellency. Will any of you ready?
Oh, truck.
Shift yourself, Tiger! Open fire!
Alright. What's cool is I found out while I'm in my crazy dodge mode, I do not eat up any bullets. Like, it does not take bullets out. I basically have infinite ammo in this thing. In these things. Oh, raging. Oh, you got it. Oh, I should have pressed you before I did it. Put in there, nice. Arcades suck. Oh, I know they suck. Trust me. I tried to say they were terrible. That's why I got rid of them. I just used the Voltic for that silly challenge, the malfunction challenge. Scum is the most fun class to play. Arcade sucks. By the way, remember, with shivs you have 3 toxic throwing knives. Yeah, I always forget to do it. Very useful when elites or specials is trying to escape a flank. I always forget to throw them. You have no time to chase them down. You refill throwing knives too. Yeah. I always forget to use them. Dude, that's a good call. I should be using them a lot more, especially on certain higher level elites. Like, I should use them on like the armored like ragers and stuff because they'll also poison them and make them die over time while I'm stabbing them, even if they're not running. Or or if there's a flamer running or a trapper, they'll probably die from poison at some point.
Not everyone does. Chances are
Especially if I hit them with 2.
That phage tree's a nasty business, but you've given us the keys to a permanent solution. At least so Karuk says. Not that I understand every second word he uses. Either way, you've put Wolfer's nose out of joint.
Alright, let's skip that. We've seen all the cutscenes before. The day the vet gets the Meltagun is the day the bosses will know no fear. I mean, I think that'll happen if they add a sister class. You know, the vet will probably be able to get the Meltagun as well. Or at least if it should. Because it'd be kind of silly if it didn't. Because since the sister will probably bring that as one of her guns, I feel like that would be a good call for it. That's not better than I want to have. Finesse went down too much. Alright, just checking. Goodbye. Oh, I can get a curio though. Okay, is that better shotgun double barrel than I have? 76, 76. So all 76s. I mean, it's kind of the same. I mean, it does more damage, so for that alone, it's better. And it's blue already, so I'll just get rid of that one. Let me go sacrifice this green double barrel for mastery points.
From the forge cometh miracles. From miracles cometh deliverance.
Sacrifice the green one. Keep the blue one.
Until you waste my time again.
Thanks, Hadron. It's like, until you waste my time again. Like saying till next time, but, you know, adding a bit of insulting flair to that. Alright, we're at 4, so now I want that first, and then that. Okay. And then for the submachine guns, 8% strength for every 10% of the magazine. That's a good one too. Stacks 5 times. I think we'll go ahead and get that. Where is Sustained Fire? And then Blaze Away for now. Okay. Talents. Alright, what do I want to get next? I got my dodge distance, which while sliding you... Yeah, so slippery customer. I could make it while sliding, it counts as a dodge against all melees. So if I slide through a pack of poxwalkers or the zombies, for people who don't know what those are, it's the ones that come up here on hordes. They literally can't hit me while I'm sliding. Which is quite funny, but I don't know if I need that yet. I'm going to come back for some skills because I want to prioritize getting the things I'm actually going to get. Back. Oh, yeah. It basically creates a little shield with it. I don't know if it has to be charged or not, but it's kind of hilarious. Basically gives you like a little psycho shield to block bullets. Yes. I don't know. Does it work on those? If it does, it takes some of the damage off. It still will hurt you in that case, but for like gunners, you can literally walk up on them with it. It's like it's quite hilarious. So do I want to change my R1? So now we're at the point, or not R1, my aura. So these are our choices. So I can make myself have better gunslinger improvement. When an ammo pickup is collected by me or an ally, while we're in coherency, you each replenish ammo equal to 10% of the pickup. So let's say even if you picked up an ammo and I didn't, I'm going to get at least 10% out of it still. Then there's 5% critical hit chance for you and your allies in coherency, which with the way finesse works, that might be pretty good. It's only 5%. And then there's the one that just, because I'm insane and love melee, no matter what class I do, at least some, 10% melee damage for you and all allies in coherency. That's just a flat 10% increase. So that's what we'll probably get. I've got to get Sample Collector first, which kills replenish 1% of my cartel special cooldown, that's my stem. Now, if I killed Chem Toxin infected inmates, which will promote me to want to throw my toxic knives more, so I get 2% instead of 1%. I might get that. I have to get it anyways to have choices between all three of these. But we're probably going to go Ruffian. And then down here, wow, I didn't know you could do that. Well, I can get a blessed stem while it's like kills while I'm using my personal stem. If I get kills while on that stem, it reduces any corruption I have by 1% per kill. Up to 50% can be removed per stem. Wow, that's quite a lot, actually. And then down here is going to be the biggest choice. Do I want to make the ultimate gun, the Desperado skill, better? Do I want to go Rampage and switch from being infinite ammo to, you're going to laugh at this craziness, replenish all toughness and enter a Rampage mode. For 10 seconds for the duration, gain 50% melee power increase, 20% melee attack speed increase, and 25% damage reduction from all sources, as well as becoming stun and suppression immune. Melee. I mean, the gun one's good too. I don't know if I want it depends on if I want to help my team for the third choice, but I'll read the gun one. The gun one's insane too. So this part's still the same, but it improves it. Swaps to and reloads your ranged weapon automatically, entering Desperado mode for 10 seconds. For the duration, you count as dodging against all range attacks, which that's already happened when I was doing it. Sprinting now costs no stamina. You gain 20% increased sprint speed. While the ability is active, reloading your weapon does not reduce your ammo reserve at all, which it already does that. And then now the new part. Additionally, enemies within close range become highlighted to you. Killing any highlighted enemy with your ranged weapon while in this mode extends its duration by 1 second. After 20 seconds, the extending becomes diminished. So literally, both of these are so scary. It doesn't show that. That might have been the melee one. I think the melee one's the one that has that. Because all this one has is pick your target, which is gain 15% rending for your ranged weapon attacks, while enhanced with Desperado is active. Additionally, killing highlighted enemies also grants 3% ranged extra damage and stacks 5 times. It's like, and then Focus Resolve. Killing a highlighted enemy restores 0.5 ability cooldown. Elite and Specialist kills instead restore 1 second. 5 seconds max cooldown can be restored. Which, I think that means it literally builds back to itself for when it goes on cooldown. If it's not referencing that, it's referencing my rocket. But I'm pretty sure the rocket, with the way I have it, doesn't have a cooldown. I just get 2 rockets the whole match. I do wish it was more, but that rocket is so powerful, I get why they only did 2. Yeah. Yeah, that's the insane one, yeah. Yeah, meaning as long as you're killing elites with it, you actually won't run out of ammo at all. As long as... Yep. Then just 25% weak spot damage increase also. Which is just headshots. That's all those really are. Reloading your ranged weapon grants 2% range damage, extra range damage for 7 seconds. Each 10% of the magazine spent during this duration grants an additional 2% range damage for 7. So you reload and then you unload the mag, and it will just become an absolute monster. And then, of course, just far left, just natural 15% increase to the clip size, meaning I can fire longer, even though it does eat more ammo when you reload when you do that. And then moving target, gain +1 effective dodges while wielding your ranged weapon. So it means I'm at 5, I go to 6. Oh, Vulture's Mark, yeah, I see that. Where's that? This one over here. Oh, no, yeah. Adrenaline Frenzy. See, this is what I need to figure out. Do I want him to be more ranged or more melee? It depends on if there's a flamethrower for if there's a flamethrower for the Hive scum, then I want more range because I want to eventually make him like when Ikit uses that flamethrower and burns an entire stack down, basically of units. They're probably saving the better flamer for that class. That's true too. You're talking about if the sister gets one too, because the sisters would have good flamethrowers as well, so they could be saving the better flamer for that as well. But depends on if this one gets one or not. I haven't seen one so far, but I don't know. But we'll decide when we get down to the red. We're still not there yet. I do think we're just gonna go for Ruffian though to make the knives even better, or my shivs even better, so I can be an absolute freight train when I'm not shooting things, especially when the horde's there. And these two, I'm getting both of these stem things because both of these stem things are really good. So I will be coming back for some of these up here, but I'm waiting to come back for these because I don't want to spend points until I get a lot of my main perks down here done. Because down here is where all the good stuff starts to occur. So, alright. Also, I don't think my stem has gotten any better, has it? No, not yet. I haven't leveled up 5 times yet. Oh, yeah. You're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, let me check my masteries. That'll tell me. You're right. I'm dumb sometimes. Ah, it does not. It gets a needle pistol. The frick? A what? I think Yumi had this, but I don't know what it does. I have never really seen what it actually does. Obviously, it must be poison related. Because I saw it in the cutscene. Well, it's probably mostly just toxic, because it showed it in the cutscene in the beginning one time. Remember when that, well, if you saw it on stream when I started my Hive Scum, it showed them that plasma dude about the blast, those two other Hive Scum, and then he got slammed in the back by some sort of toxic shot. Pretty sure that came from this. So, I just don't know how good that is. If it's good, then I will go ranged, because if that can be close enough, then I'll do that. It is sad that he doesn't get a flamethrower. You'd think that a bunch of crazy people would have a flamethrower. They do get the bolt pistol, which is interesting, but I'd rather have this too. The dual. Oh, also, they get the dual stub pistols. They look like M9s from what I saw. I was like, wow, that's actually kind of nice. But depends on when this is. That's at level 18. That's pretty far in. That little needle pistol. Alright. So, we don't get a flamethrower, so what we'll probably do is go a little more melee, but I don't know, we'll see. I can always respec it if I want to change it, and it turns out that needle gun is insane. Oh. Wait, what happened, Champion? You there? I kicked you out for some reason, or it's not showing you. Unless it's just not rolled over. Unless it's just not rolled over yet and it's not showing you yet. Because you literally got removed. But it says matchmaking won't allow, like I've still got you in here, but no one's there above my picture. Ah, that sucks. Oh, before you do another one? Okay, well, I'll just wait for you to reset it then. Let's see, there's a guard regiment with hotter flamethrowers than the salamanders and sisters. Oh, really? So then, that's cool. Maybe if they added, then the guard could get that version. That'd be cool. Or the vet.
Engine Seer KX, I wish to harness your expertise in the matter of increasing our Mobian steel output.
Gladly do I give it, techno-archaeologist. Prevail upon me whenever you must.
See, those guardsmen ain't sharing the secrets to the hotter fuel. I mean, they don't have to. That would at least let the vet have a better weapon, one of the weapons being upgraded. Because the vet gets most of the guns in the game, except for like a couple. So it does feel like as they add more certain guns that they can wield, or can canonically have either better versions of or their own variant, should definitely have that added for them as well. So, at least that's what I would hope.
The Empress will be damned, and let us be the ones to deliver it.
What time is it? Already 8:41? Holy crap, I got back late. Yeah, I'll probably be somewhat the same thing tomorrow, as I'll probably get back, not late, but it'll be probably more in the afternoon, closer to 4 or 5 o'clock when I get back, because like I said, I gotta go check on some things, make a phone call to the paratransport thing for the Charlotte side of things, try to get that set up. And see what the requirements for that is. From what my friend told me, Abdul, he told me this, since I already have paratransport for where I live now in Concord, for the current riders and what they're called, that Charlotte should just be able to get the information from them and they'll automatically approve it because I've already went through the process. Oh, that person texted me on Discord.
Commodore, I hope you're not behind these rumours of some kind of cult at work on Atoma.
Me? Do I look like one to gossip? Or
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I was actually about to say. Try refreshing it and see if it allows you to by restarting the console, and maybe it'll reset and let it know. Oh, it's resynced with the server. We'll wait till you get back to see if it works. Vet should have a last pistol chainsword as their secondary weapon. I do think so. Yeah, I do think it's weird that there's not a combo last pistol chainsword, like it fires the pistol, swings the sword or something like that. Or maybe when you hold L2 instead of guarding, you aim the pistol to shoot and it changes the attack. And when you're not aiming, it's the chainsword. Because that is kind of a staple. It feels weird that they don't have that when that's something that most guardsmen, whether it be a little devil claw sword or a chain sword, they usually can pull one of those out and a last pistol and they'll start shooting and slashing their way to try to survive. So it is very strange. So that way they shoot unless it gets too close, and then if it does get too close. But, maybe they thought that'd be too strong. And everyone would just start playing veteran. Because that last pistol is really good. I really underestimated how good that thing really is. When we were using it temporarily with our Psyker. Veteran is missing many guns. Oh, I know they are. I mean, they're like we talked about it last time. They're missing that light machine gun version. That needs the backpack for the last gun as well. The big boy one that's basically better than the Recon even. Because the Recon's basically an assault rifle version of the last gun. Whereas the version we were talking about is literally an LMG.
Sergeant Major Morrow,
and then
we
many
really
more, of
must
course.
hasten the production of Mobian steel.
I agree, but we're running out of rejects to do the legwork. The heretics keep shooting them.
That little conversation always makes me laugh. Oh. I'm gonna respond to this message real quick. Got my tablet out. Yo.
Sir, I'm gonna need more bodies if you want me to keep this carnival business contained.
You will have to make do with what you have, as will we all.
Hold on, let me... I mean, yeah, there's plenty of people still running around. Hold on. Let me, I don't know if it's on my end or not, but I'm gonna go back to the main screen and force it to log back in. I can't quit the game or end the stream, but let me go back to the title screen. Flash warning. That said that too late. But and then wait a second. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 10. Force it to log back in. Unless mine's run out, but I'm pretty sure. No, I pay mine monthly. Mine automatically comes out, even though it's a dangerous prospect with how much they change the prices constantly. So you shouldn't even be able to load in if it's out. That's strange. Yeah, that does sound like glitch. I just hope I'm not in a weird bug like I did with the sisters, where it's going to require me to freaking reset the whole game. Because if I have to quit the app, that means the stream has to end. Alright, I'm back in here if you want to try to join back in. I wonder if I should send you a new invite. Do it through in-game. Do it for like the in-game menu where you can see my name. It's Icket Claw right now since I'm on him. Like when you go to your friends inside the game. Because that's what I usually join for. What? So unless the game is detecting you're going to run out too soon. That would be so strange though. Hold on. Why would it do that though? Hold on. Can I not invite you? Let's see. Although... Hold on. It's tempting on this list. Oh, hold on. No way. Bro, what has been going on with this game? I think it's on my end. Because I can't even invite you. So unless it is doing that, it's not even letting me invite you. And it's like, and that seems weird, it wouldn't let me at least send you the invite even if you couldn't join it. And has the event gone weird? Oh, that's still there.
Allowed to be stationed up here, doesn't it?
I will say the servers on Darktide have been having some weirdness, but okay. That's not fun. That's not great. Because it's not showing anyone show up on my online friends. I have to go to the previous missions to see who I was playing with. Like, it's not even showing, like, anybody. It's showing only people who don't play this game. Yeah, so it's on my end, then it's gotta be. Oh, man. That means the only way to fix it is just like the event bug is to freaking log all the way out, which means I have to reset the damn app. Hold on, let me send this message real quick and then I'll check chat and then I'm trying to debate chat. What time is it? Whether we should just end it then and I just do the rest more of this off camera till next episode. Which I won't be till, since James can't do NTE, it'll probably be Saturday. Let's see, good, got my tablet out and things on. So as soon as I'm done. Streaming. As soon as I'm done streaming, I'll download. Hold on 1 second, chat. Almost there. Again.
The 53rd acknowledges the Warband's effort to assist the campaign, but my feeling is that they do not go far enough.
Mine too, Mum. I'll meet with your adjutants. We'll see what can be done.
Do so swiftly. I am not a patient woman.
Right you are, Mum.
It's the standard last gun Fat Shark didn't give it. It's also, there is an assault rifle version of the last gun. It's the standard of, but Fat Shark didn't give it its full auto setting. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought they just pulled the trigger real quick and Carson were just trying to keep some squeezing. Just, no matter what's coming out, you just... well, chat, I think we're going to have to end it here. I got to try to reset this to see if this works. Because it's already almost 9 anyways. So I'm going to try to reset this, do a little bit more with Ikit, see if I can get Tam King back in here. See if it's on my end or if it's somehow detecting that he's not going to have plus in a certain amount of time. Because the only way to know is I have to reset the game fully. Because I have had some small, weird server bugs that have happened to me a couple times. Where it's like I get put in this strange in-between stage where I'm online and I can probably matchmake, but I can't actually do anything else. Because you know how I know it's broken? Look at the bottom right, chat. It's acting like Tam King's still in the party, and he quit the game and turned off his PS5. How do you think that's possible? So it's definitely broken on me. Which is, when that happens, it's a full reset I have to require. I just hope it don't become common. People wouldn't use the recon last gun if the standard has full auto. I do agree. Well, they still might because it probably wouldn't be as fast firing as the recon. But then again, it also does more damage than the recon. So if it did have full auto, I do think that the regular one would be better. If it had its full auto mode. But it doesn't. Recon is actually the SMG. That's kind of what I thought, but if that's the assault rifle, then the Recon must be SMG. With how fast it shoots. Because it does do technically less damage per shot, but it's firing so many lasers downwind that it doesn't matter. But if the regular last gun had its full auto mode, I do think people would use it a lot. So. But, alright. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up here then. I guess we're going to temporarily end it for tonight's stream. It was a little bit of a shorter one. I think we still went for at least an hour or two. Let me check. I gotta click. Where'd it go? There was a way I saw it one time. Now I don't know where to look at it again. Without just looking at the timer and rewinding it. So let me see. If I rewind, all the way back. We've been going for 2 hours and 47 minutes. That's the other way to look at it, is I just rewind the whole thing to the beginning. To see how long we've been going. Of course they did it after I got them already. Hate when that happens so much. Like, oh, I got him. What do you mean it went on sale? Man, Korea's starting to even beat us in baseball. Sorry. I saw a random short just now, and it was of baseball cheerleaders for Korean teams. I'm just gonna say this. Bet you a lot of people go to those games. Well, there's that, but it's also apparently the cheerleaders also add a little bit of extra flair to that. I'm not gonna elaborate why, but I looked at that and went, "What?" They do I think how NFL used to be with our cheerleaders. But all right, let's end it here. But I hope you all enjoyed watching tonight's stream. This has been an awesome quick little episode. We went almost about 3 hours, so it's good enough for now. We'll have another episode Saturday when James is able to join in, so he can keep upgrading his Ogren, keep the Warsug. You know what I'm going to call mine? When I do my Ogren at some point, to be funny about it, since he named his clearly an Ogren cousin to Warzag, his favorite savage orc, I'm going to call mine Grim Gorn. Just to play it there, you're like, bro. But anyways, I hope y'all all enjoyed. Big shout out to my moderator, Urban McFarsier, and my moderator, Sir Seeley. I'm not sure how to say your name, but it almost looks like Brexit, but at BRXCK3T. I know that's not how you say your name. Forgive me on that. I know it's an elaboration for something. I'm just not sure. Thank you for joining in the chat tonight as well. And everyone watching in the background. And Tam King says, GG, y'all. And big shout out to Tam King for joining in the co-op tonight. Like I said, I'm going to do a couple more matches and try to get him back in here after a reset. Level up a little bit more, because I want to make Icket at least almost to where Liliana is, which let me at least go out to the starting screen. Or the character select screen. Liliana is 13. So I'm trying to get him at least close to that, so they can be even when I go back and forth between episodes with them. We do one on one episode, we do the other one on another episode. So that way they can kind of be done at the same time. I'm playing this game so much anyways at this point that I can do 2 characters at once. So, It's probably my favorite game right now, just because, well, favorite, like, just play the game, get in and just play right now. At least until finally ATS shows this face. And a little bit of Farm Sim, because I gotta get that as well, because it's finally free. As Sam King said, should be released now. Although, I wonder if my side is out yet, because yours is probably ahead of mine. I'd have to see. Because I've noticed that sometimes ours won't have updated yet, and yours has. 9 o'clock. Well, yeah, but you gotta remember, you're the first. You're on the first right now. I'm not yet. I'm still the 30th. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying like you're already there. Remember, I'm in the past, Jam King. You're in the future. Oh, really? That should be on there, but no, I'll check then. But yeah, I was gonna say if it's on the first, then yeah, you're in the future, Tam King. You forget. But anyways. Ah, okay. And Farseer said, by art not true assault rifles got no respect in game balancing. Yeah, they don't. They definitely did. But alright, big shout out to Farseer, like I said, and to Sir Seeley himself, and him trying to create Teo AI. It's like I told him earlier, why can't my vacation be both? Go down to Florida for the beaches and the chill time, and also to hunt down a seal who's trying to create a terrible AI. And stop him from doing so. By injecting the Teo with a virus. But anyway, but but I hope y'all all enjoyed. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna get to go anywhere on my birthday, but we'll see. Depends on how things end up. Who knows? Things are too chaotic right now to make any guarantees on that front, for as far as enjoyment and just leisure. But anyways, I hope y'all all enjoyed. Big shout out to everyone, and until next time, I will see you all this Saturday for our Darktide episode, and tomorrow. If you're one of our Arc Knight viewers, we will be continuing Arc Knight tomorrow, and tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow is the day we get to punch Landbreakers in the face. so, so it's gonna be a good day. After I get back home, of course, and get done with all the busy work I gotta do for IRL stuff. So, but big shout out to everyone, and I hope you all enjoyed. And until next time, I will see you all in our next one. Bye, everyone. Bye.